Hey everybody, and welcome back to Eric's Creative. My name is Eric McGrew, and today we're going to be revisiting, probably, if I'm not mistaken, my first ever DIY video I created, which was back in 2008, something like that. I had a short-lived video series that was very difficult to make and extremely long, so nobody watched it, which was called Simplified Woodworking. The thing is that I've taken all those videos from this first project and I've reduced them all into a very concise little project now of around 4 minutes or so. So that's what we're getting into. It's a very mid-century modern inspired coat rack that I built out of two-tone plywood. There's definitely a few things that I would change about the project if I did it today. So I will put it up. You guys can make the adjustments that you'd like to on it and go from there. First, here's an image of the pieces that I'm using. It can be as long or as short as you want. It can be really as tall or as narrow as you want. It's up to you. The two important things about this is that they're two different colored plywoods. I used 1/2 inch thick plywoods, and then I have on the image drawn out where my dowels go for the coat hook, and then I have them where they go for the holes that pass through and the screw to hold the screws to hold the unit on the wall, with dowels cut short to be the caps over the screws. You don't have to do it that way. The reality of it is that I would probably just use a prettier hardware, or maybe I would even just putty over the screws in the future. But I used removable dowels so that it would be easy to remove. Here you can see me working with the different plywoods. I have a carpenter square there. I use that, or a machinist square, whatever you want to call it, to draw my straight edges. And then here I'm just using a circular saw to cut it. You can use a straight edge, which is what I would suggest to do that. And then I didn't show actually cutting out this top piece here, but I just hand drew some organic round shapes. They're not perfectly round, and then I used the jigsaw there on top of the piece of styrofoam, just so the blade wouldn't hit anything and I could get the cut the way I wanted it. And then I sanded it down with all the way from 150 up to 220. And now I'm just matching grains so that I can cover any blemishes or anything there. And then I'm just putting the unit on top, making sure it fits. Now I am scoring just slightly so I can see where I need to put my holes for the dowels. And there are a number of ways to do this. I just drilled partially into the fascia board and all the way through the backing board so that it would the dowels would hold it together. And then I'm just using the drill at an angle to hand angle these dowel holes in. And in the future, I don't think I would use wooden dowels for this. On version 2.0, I'd probably use aluminum or stainless steel dowels, and I think it would turn out a little bit better looking and a little bit more refined. Plus, it would be more sturdy, but you would have to use epoxy instead of wood glue. Here you can see that I'm applying the boiled linseed oil, which in my opinion turned out really nice. But if you're going to use stain or something, you might want to use a urethane on top of it. And you can use whatever you want. Once it was done, I just installed it in the house. As you can see, those 3 dots are where the screws that hold it onto the wall go, with a cap over it. There you go. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, if you'd like to share it, please feel free to do so. Leave me a comment about what you think. What would you like to see me do in the future? And also, just reminisce with me with this old video. It's kind of cool. So thanks, guys. Hope to see you in the next episode.